What will happen when a helpless baby elephant starts drowning right in front of its panicked herd? As the mother cries out and chaos erupts, one young ranger makes a life-risking decision. But no one expected how the entire elephant family would respond. What they did will shock you. The story begins on a calm, golden morning. In Addo Elephant National Park, South Africa. The sun was rising gently, painting the sky with soft orange light. Birds were singing, the trees whispered in the breeze, and everything felt peaceful. This park is home to hundreds of elephants, zebras, and many wild animals. But what makes this place truly special is not just the animals, it's the people who protect them. The rangers here are not just doing a job. They work with love, care, and deep respect for nature. Among them was a young man named Adam. Adam was just 22 years old. While others his age dreamed of fast cars, loud parties, and city lights, Adam only wanted peace. And he found that peace walking beside elephants. To him, they were more than animals. They were family. Every morning, as the sun rose, Adam would open his eyes with excitement. He loved his duty. He was in charge of patrolling the park 3 times a day, making sure every animal was safe. But on this day, something was different. His partner felt sick, so Adam had to patrol alone. Still, he put on his uniform with a smile, ready for another day in the wild. Adam was driving his patrol jeep, and everything seemed calm, just like any other day. The sun was shining gently, the trees swayed in the breeze, and the nearby river sparkled under the golden light. It looked like a perfect morning. But sometimes, danger hides behind beauty. Suddenly, a loud, panicked trumpet echoed through the air. Adam's heart jumped. It was the sound of an elephant, but not an ordinary call. It was a cry for help. He turned his jeep quickly and saw a herd of elephants running in one direction. They looked scared and confused. Why were they running? What has gone wrong? Adam followed them without wasting a second. What he saw next made his heart sink. A baby elephant just a few days old had fallen into a deep waterhole near the riverbank. He wasn't playing. He was drowning. His tiny trunk waved weakly above the surface. His small legs kicked desperately, but the muddy walls were too slippery. There was nothing to hold on to. His wide eyes were filled with fear. His cries echoed through the park. Just a few meters away, the mother elephant stood frozen in shock. Then she rushed toward the waterhole, trumpeting loudly. Behind her, the rest of the herd arrived. These weren't just animals. They were her sisters, her daughters, her closest companions. Elephants don't live alone, they live as families. They gathered around the calf, all crying out in panic. They tried to help. Some sprayed water to soften the mud. Others stomped and dug with their strong legs, trying to break the wall and free the baby. It was heartbreaking to watch, and yet beautiful too. Their love and unity were powerful, but Adam knew their efforts wouldn't be enough. The dam was too strong. He quickly grabbed his walkie-talkie and called headquarters. "We have an emergency," he said. "Baby elephant stuck. Herd is getting restless." Everyone on the other end went silent. This wasn't just about one baby. When elephants feel pain or fear, they all react. And if they panic too much, it can turn dangerous for the animals and for everyone in the park. Time was running out. The baby elephant was getting weaker. His tiny legs were tired, and his little trunk kept slipping under the water. Adam stood at a distance, helpless. The herd had become aggressive, and getting close was too dangerous. He could only pray the rescue team would arrive in time. If help didn't come soon, the calf would drown, right in front of his family. Moments later, the other rangers arrived. They were trained for emergencies, but this situation was different. The baby was in serious danger, and the herd was on edge. Adam quickly warned them, "The elephants are angry. They won't let anyone near. They'll do anything to protect their young." And he was right. These elephants were huge. They could crush a jeep, knock down trees, and charge without warning. But the rangers knew they had to act fast. They came up with a careful plan. Instead of trying to pull the baby out, they decided to help the way the elephants had tried. They brought in a large excavator to dig a path. But as the big machine got closer, the elephants panicked. To them, it wasn't help, it was a threat. A loud, metal monster approaching their baby, and they were ready to fight it. Every time Adam and the other rangers got near, the mother elephant let out a loud, warning trumpet. She stood protectively in front of her baby and pushed him deeper into the water. She didn't know the humans were trying to help. All she knew was fear, and her only thought was to protect her calf. But the deeper the baby went, the more dangerous it became. His little trunk kept slipping under the water, and he was running out of strength. The rangers had to make a hard choice. The excavator was scaring the herd. Waiting wasn't an option. If they didn't act fast, the baby would drown. So they quickly switched to Plan B, a much riskier move. The plan was first suggested by Adam. He turned to the other rangers and said, "What if we use our vehicles to gently push the adult elephants back, just enough to make a path to the baby?" It sounded simple, but the risk was enormous. A ranger jeep was no match for a full-grown elephant. One wrong move could lead to disaster. But with the baby elephant slipping deeper into the water, there was no time to waste. It was their only hope. As the rangers slowly moved their vehicles forward, the herd reacted. The elephants stomped the ground, flapped their ears, and tossed their heads, warning signs of an incoming charge. Tension filled the air. After several nerve-wracking minutes, the elephants finally stepped back, just enough to open a narrow path. That's when Adam and a fellow ranger, Anna, jumped into action. Adam ran to the waterhole and leapt in. The calf was cold, soaked, and barely moving. Adam wrapped his arms around the slippery, muddy body. Anna stayed on the bank and reached out. Together they pulled with everything they had. The baby let out a weak, trembling trumpet. They were close, so close to saving a life. He collapsed on the muddy bank, shivering and completely worn out. His tiny body trembled with exhaustion. For a moment, it looked like he might fall back into the water. But Adam and Anna stayed right beside him, gently holding him up until his wobbly legs could carry his weight. He had survived. While Adam and Anna cared for the baby, the other rangers stayed alert. They kept a close eye on the rest of the elephant herd, making sure no adult charged forward in confusion or fear. One wrong step could put everyone in danger. But slowly, the tension faded. The baby was safe. The mission was a success. Now came the most emotional moment, reuniting him with his mother. The rangers knew they had to be very careful. If they walked away too quickly, the baby might follow them. But if they stayed too long, the mother might think the humans were still a threat. And that's exactly what started to happen. The calf, still weak and confused, began to follow Adam. He stumbled forward, bumping into Adam's legs. His tiny trunk playfully wrapped around Adam's muddy boots. Even after such a terrifying experience, the baby elephant trusted the people who had saved him. But nearby, his mother was watching every move. She stepped forward slowly. Her large eyes were filled with confusion, worry, and love. Her baby had returned from the edge of death. Now she just needed him back by her side. Adam knew what he had to do. He gently pushed the calf back toward the open field, guiding him toward his waiting family. The baby hesitated. He looked back at Adam, unsure of what to do. Then, something beautiful happened. The mother elephant let out a deep, powerful trumpet. It was loud, strong, and full of emotion. The calf froze, ears flapping. He turned his head, listened, and let out a soft, squeaky trumpet in return. Then, without hesitation, he ran straight into her legs. She wrapped her trunk around him and pulled him close. Her massive body trembled as she held him tightly. One by one, the other elephants gathered around, brushing their trunks gently over the baby's back. Low rumbling sounds filled the air, sounds of comfort, relief, and pure joy. But the most incredible moment came next. The entire herd turned toward the rangers. One by one, they raised their trunks high into the air. It wasn't a threat. It wasn't fear. It was a thank you. A silent, powerful message of gratitude from one intelligent species to another. The rangers stood frozen, overwhelmed by what they had just witnessed. In all their years working in the wild, none of them had seen anything like it. News of the rescue spread quickly. Photos and videos went viral. People all over the world were touched by the bravery of the rangers and by the deep love shown by the elephants. That baby elephant, once close to drowning, had become a symbol of hope, kindness, and the unbreakable bond between humans and nature.